Abuse VQ, stay locked in.
All right, squad, let's keep it going. We got the transmission mated, right? So we're looking good there. Bolts in. I'm having a trouble with 2 bolts at the bottom, but that's because I'm thinking how I had it. It might have not been completely even. So once I get the engine and transmission back into the 3.0, from there, I can kind of just unloosen some of the bolts on the transmission and kind of jack it up from a point. So it'll give me that evenness to get the last 2-3 bolts in on the bottom, but we're good as of right now. Moving forward though, new headers, new setup. You already know, OBX. And what we got going over here is now we're going to need to take this old Y pipe out. But before I do that, let me get the O2 sensor, that downstream O2 sensor out. And we're gonna have to jack the car up so we can get under it and get that Y pipe out. So now once we put the engine in or the new headers on, we'll be good. All right, so now my new headers, they have a different bolt pattern, right? So instead of it using all 4 of the middle ones, it only uses these 2. So this is my solution to get a stud out. You would put on 1 bolt, tighten it down a nice ways. You put on the second bolt and you tighten it down until it's snug with this bolt. But now, ooh, what is that? That's the 14. Where is lay 15 that I had? Because I'm using the 15. There it goes over there. $15 here now that I got it tight, right, squad? Now I can come with my wrench and just undo this joint, and you see it turning. So now, that stud is going to come out. So you can see it turning, but we'll probably have to continue. But this is the way I go about it when I need to get a stud out. Like, that's the best way to go about it. Put a bolt on, then you put another bolt or nut on top. And once you get both of the nuts like nice and secure here, you just start twisting on that rear nut, the rear nut back here, because now it's stuck. And that's gonna give you what you need, as you can see here. All right, squad, so we got the new OBX headers, long tubes. What I'm going to do now is I'm thinking I want to hit these joints with the ceramic, the high temp ceramic. You see. There we go. Shaba. So we're gonna hit it with this. Whoops, we'll clean that up. We'll hit the main headers with this before. Ooh, where's the other good stuff? There we go. Before we wrap them up. Y'all know what time it is, team. Keep them temps down under the hood. But that is about to be the game plan. Got my masking tape. This is the front header. This is the rear header. It doesn't matter which one I want to start on. Both of them is going to get the same type of LOVE. And I was thinking maybe just to scuff these down a little bit with some sandpaper for some like extra adhesion, but it's like whatever, team. Hit them with the high heat, and then from there, I'm gonna throw these joints in the oven and just let them bake for like 10-15 minutes and then let them cool off. While it's doing that, we can get this out the way, get the old joint, and then we can start working on the other down pipe too, but we gotta clean the ports and stuff over here. So a lot of side mission stuff to do to get it going, but yeah, team, we looking wavy. You already know the vibe. Stay locked in. All right, squad, so we started with the front. I got the rear one taped off. As of right now, where did I put it? My Dremel. And start cleaning up those ports, because you see the old RTV silicone is in there, the copper joint. So we'll get that off and finish using the Dremel right here. We put the little wire brush on the tip. Oh, back it up so y'all can see that. Put the little wire brush on the tip. And now on a medium setting, I would say, and come through. And just get all that old stuff off, squad. That's all we doing. That's the game now. And that's what we doing in between the coats. Because I got the first one going over here. Let's go. Rue, relax. Got this one going here. As y'all can see, we got that started. So that should be dry. We'll come back and hit that with the second coat. Keep it going. Let's go. All right, we're shaking team. I just wanted to give y'all the overview. You see I got the aluminum foil in here. This one just came out of the oven. Got the oven on 350. We're about to put this one in, get my mitts, get a fresh thing of aluminum foil, get that in there, and let it bake like this one, so we'll be good. I'll start wrapping this one with the header wrap. Once this is done, we'll wrap this. Let's go. So just wanted to show y'all, we in the oven. Rear joints is in there, 350, 10 minutes. Let's set up the timer. Let's go. All right, squad, so here we go. Front header wrapped, got the titanium. A few places I could probably clean up just a little bit, but for the most part, everything looking wavy. We are wrapped all the way down to the bottom, nice and tight all around for the most part. And yeah, team, like it's my first time wrapping these long tubes, so there's a little trial and error. Can't front, but we got it though. We got it. Let's go. All right, squad, so we got the rear header done there, wrapped up nice and tight. Got it individually to a nice certain point, because it really start with all the collecting right here where you can't get any more of the titanium header wrap to go like through the holes and stuff, like through here and stuff like that. So got it like that until we just wrap the whole joint, and looking good, squad. Looking real good. So let's get it. We already know. Looking good. Let's go install it. All right, squad, y'all see what time it is, Mo. We got everything lined up. Valve cover off. We're gonna wipe that down, clean it. We got the new valve cover gaskets right over here. We're about to pull those so we can load up. I want to clean the silicone and the oil and all that from over here, so this will be wavy. Come off. I get that, but like, yeah, these globs of silicone and all of that in the corner, probably take some brake cleaner, just spray that, take a couple of shop towels and just wipe down the whole edge to make sure that that's crispy, that's clean, don't have to worry about it. But we looking good, my G's, you know what I'm saying? As far as these joints, I don't really see any scoring or anything like that, so everything's still wavy, whatever that is. And yeah, squad, you know what I mean? Let's do the rear valve cover gasket and get this spiffy out the way. So that'll be light work when I put the engine back in the car. Oh yeah, we got the headers on. O2 sensors in. Let's come over here. Booyah. Yeah. So everything coming together, squad. You know what I mean? A little tedious because I'm meticulous about how I move and how I want my stuff to look. But for the most part, everything coming together piece by piece, baby. So let's get this done. Let's get it cleaned up, all of that good stuff. Let's get the valve cover cleaned up, and then I'm gonna probably end up hitting that with the silver engine anomaly over there, make it look spiffy. And, you know, reverse process, slap everything back on. Always make sure you want to put your silicone in the two corners before you put your valve cover with the gasket and all that good stuff back on. So let's go, squad. Stay locked in. All right, squad. I know what the vibe is. In here, we got headers, O2 sensor on. We just did the rear valve cover. Changed the gaskets. The little gaskets that's in here, we changed the whole valve cover gasket, painted it, gave it a little pizzazz. You see, this definitely needs an X. And yeah, everything coming together, team. Now, pretty much my next thing is to jack the car up so we can take this old Y pipe out, and that'll open up the space that I need so we can reinstall the engine. Also, put the starter on. So just trying to get everything back in one piece, and that's how it's looking, squad. You know what I mean? That's what we doing. So we in here. Stay locked in. Before I go on any further, finally, Maul, got this joint set. Front motor mount, rear motor mount, passenger side motor mount. We locked in, squad. So my only drawback with putting the engine in, and I am super vexed, Maul. Why the fuck did I break this joint for my radiator support? And this shit too, dog. Like, I just put this shit in like March. I swear to God, it's always something, bro. Like, I tell you, it's always something. Always something, man. But a new radiator support, that's something light. But we locked in, squad. You know what I mean? Back to the shit at hand. Let's do this front valve cover gasket. Let's paint this front valve cover. Let's get it all cleaned up nice and neat to look like that. And forward progress, squad. You already know. So front and rear valve cover gaskets swapped. Fresh coat of that silver on there. You already know the vibe. My next joint now is to paint up front. I'm gonna have to order a new radiator support and keep going. You know what I mean? Let's start getting this wiring harness in order. Start plugging everything back up. Start putting stuff back together, team. Like, real talk. Past 72 hours has really been a journey. So we are in here, everything locked in as far as engine on the mounts. Got the wiring harness that need to go back over that. It was definitely way easier to do the front valve cover with no harness. Did the rear valve cover while it was already out of the car, as y'all saw. So now it's just time for forward progress. I'm gonna see what's going on with painting this cooling pipe here. Probably wanna cover the starter and cover the headers and all of that, and cover the front valve cover so that doesn't get any red on it. And yeah, anything else we gotta mask and tape off, that is going to be the vibe, because we have the engine anomaly over there. 2 cans, thank you very much. And, you know, make it happen, Captain. Let's go. All right, squad. We touching some shit up, making it look pretty. Yo, one of my subscribers, deadass, told me instead of using bags to use aluminum foil, I was gonna do that, but I didn't have enough. And the bags cover way more area space. But I know you're a painter, my G, and that's how you give it up. I'm gonna try it next time. But just didn't have enough for right now. But yeah, squad, we getting it painted up. I got the bypass hose covered with the blue masking tape, so that's not there. As far as getting paint on it, everything else is looking wavy. We're gonna have it looking spiffy, squad. You already know the vibe. Let this dry, and then from here, once that dries, we're really gonna get into getting the harness back in here. Where is a sub harness? Check. Let's just keep that right there, because that's to the fuel injectors right here. And we actually need to swing those back over, swing these 2 coolant hoses right there back over to here once this dries, and we'll get those locked in. Be wavy, team. You already know the vibe. Stay locked in. Where we at right now, for the most part, everything up top is connected. We looking good. Starting to put things back, get stuff out the way. Got a little solution to try and fix these here. So since I still have this piece, go to Advanced or AutoZone. We can get some JB welds. Oops, shit. Weld that back there, and then we're probably gonna end up cutting this tip off here, because off my old radiator support that we had, you know what I mean? Where's it at? I cut the tips off of that. So we'll glue those on first, something light, and then JB weld them so we know that those is tough and those are strong. And that'll be a way to kind of solidify that problem without having to come out 200 plus for a new radiator support. But let's go pick up what we need, because I'm gonna need some Freon. I need to pick up the caps. Like, I need a cap for this here, and then I want to get another black rubber cap for my what's his name sensor on my upper intake manifold. But let's get it, team. It's coming together, looking nice. You know what I mean? Can't wait to start it up, see what it sounds like. But let's go. All right, squad. I'm gonna have to go see my man Frank. Gotta go hit the shop. We got 2 issues. So you can get the joint to line up front, right? That's not really the problem. The problem, slide over here, is right here. You can see that's a big ass gap. So we're probably gonna have to get this cut somewhere in here. Get the wide pipe cut somewhere in here and get it extended so it can meet and mate properly with the actual header. Bolts is good. Gaskets and everything is good. 17 millimeter bolts and nuts. Got that set up if need be. And then my next problem is right back here. You can see the shit is too long, squad. So they're probably gonna end up cutting my actual B pipe, like the exhaust joint right there up front, and put the screws and everything in the front here and see how we can make that work. But for the most part, squadron, I mean, the shit is in. I'll tighten down these bolts here up front just so I know like that's secure. And then I gotta figure out what I want to do with this back here, because respectfully, that shit riding like that for an extended period of time, especially taking a trip up to NY, it's going to look ugly, squad. So I gotta figure out what I want to do. In all honesty, I might just take these bolts out and take this whole part out and just wait, because there's really nothing that I saw that they got in the market that'll hold my shit down. And then of course you see the bongs back there. That's another joint I might do. I might relocate the bongs and put a O2 sensor bong, like cut this here, and have my mans weld a O2 sensor bong here, and then I might come right over here and get a joint put here. But I gotta see how I'm feeling, because having that shit all the way back there, I actually got the O2 sensor extenders from Nice Formats, and it's like this wiring harness, you could already see this with the extender and the wire from the O2 sensor, like that'll work. Like you see this shit is hella long, that'll work. But I'm worried about the second O2 sensor joint here, and again, it only goes this far. You know what I'm saying? Even if I have it over here, again, I got the extender and then I got the wiring joint. But to see how that would work, I would honestly prefer to just Loctite those bolts and call that shit a wrap and relocate the O2 sensors a little bit further up front. I have my spacers. I don't know if y'all been able to see those, but we got everything, squad. We got everything. Just this shit needs heavy modification to work. You know what I'm saying? So again, anybody did the HR swap and you're looking to put the Ultima SRS OBX headers in here, it's like it worked, but it's going to take hell of fabrication, dog. Because you see, that's a hell of a gap right there. And then you're going to have to get your shit lined up to work there. So that's what it is, team. We're pretty much done wrapping up the car. Put everything new on that I wanted for the most part. All right, team, we here, baby. Coming down to the wire. Only thing that I'm really missing, yo, I have no idea what happened to this coupler right here. I'll check the car and all of that and look around, but I do not see that joint. See if I can find it located. But putting fluids back in. We just finished putting coolant in the car. So radiator's full, overflow container's full. We put some power steering in. Don't want to overfill it, only because now when I do start it up, I want to rotate the tire back and forth nice and slowly from lock to lock position about 5 times, 10 overall, 5 times in each direction. You see, we got that Motol. Go for the clutch fluid. We got to bleed that, go through that process. What else? Last thing. Where we at? Shaba transmission fluid. This is what I normally go with. Redline MT85 is really good. Can't complain. I've been using it since I've been running manual, and that's what it is, team. We are literally just about there. Just want to start it up, get the engine running. I know with the exhaust down bottom, it might sound choppy, but we do have everything plugged in up top besides the cold air. I need to go get that coupler, and other than that, we looking good, squad. So let's just get to doing the process, bleeding the clutch. Let's fill the transmission. The car is even, jacked it up. Always want to make sure the car is level. So see, we're level. Jack stands level. So let's fill up the transmission, and then from the transmission, let's get this clutch fluid bled as well. And we should be good to give her a start once I get that coupler. Let's go.